Okay. So excited to see so many amazing, beautiful men and women. I don't know if we actually have men here, but beautiful women on this call. So pumped to see all of you guys here. My name is Emily Burgess, and I live in Boise, Idaho. And I am a power partner with Joanna and Jordan, and our newest power partner is Brittany Hitch. And it has been such a gift to, excuse me, such a gift to all of us and our businesses, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So sorry. But here's the thing. We have so many new people on our teams that are hungry for the business and are excited for the business. What a gift that is to all of us. That creates momentum for our teams. That's something that every single leader within Plexus prays for. We pray, if you're a praying person, you pray for people to come and catch the vision and to do the business with you, to want to run all the way with you. And we have people that are wanting to do that now. But I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I have a few people who are new and starting to get a little freaked out because they've had some people go through some detox, or they have they've messaged a dream teamer, and that dream teamer has looked at their email but hasn't responded. Or they have somebody that has said, yeah, I'm going to do it, and then they go totally silent. And so those new people, and this may be one of you, are a little nervous or thinking, I don't know. I don't know if this is worth it. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. And so Jordan and Joanna and I are going to talk just briefly about where we were a year ago, because I want to see a raise of hands. If you are a silver ambassador right now, raise your hand. Jerry, you're one girl. All right, so silver ambassadors. Okay, anybody on here a gold ambassador? Meg, I see you, girl. Okay, Janelle. Taylor, you raised your hand. I don't see you, but I see that you raised your hand. So we've got some gold ambassadors and silver ambassadors. 1 year ago today, Jordan was a silver ambassador. A year ago today, Joanna and I were gold ambassadors. We didn't know each other. We were struggling in our businesses because we didn't have many people who were wanting to do the business. I went and I looked back in my back office to see exactly where I was with my points a year ago. So I was going for senior gold in the month of September, just as Joanna. So in September of last year, I had 97 people in my back office. That sounds great, but only 49 of them were actually ordering. So only like half of them were ordering. I know so many of you probably resonate with that and are really frustrated seeing that you only have half of your people ordering the products. That was a leadership thing for me, because I was not leading and guiding my people correctly with detox. I was too afraid of pushing people too much or having people commit to doing it for 2 to 3 months because they were interested in trying it. So I was just going to let them do it at their speed, and then most of the time they would quit. So that's why I had 50% retention. And listen, I had 5 people who were silver in the month of September. For some reason, unbeknownst to me, I was able to go senior gold. But let me tell you, in December, I had 1 active silver under me. So I went backwards. I'm so sorry. Those dogs, they just are making me cough. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know how people like Jordan run. That's so weird to me. So I'm sharing that with you guys. So you know, my team right now, we have almost 600 people on our team. Going from 97 to almost 600 people on my team. Now we have 14 silvers on my team. Woo woo, if you're on my team and you are a silver. I've got 2 girls that have gone super silver this month, Jess and Naomi. I've got almost 4 girls who are gold. I've got 3 for sure gold and 1 that will be going gold this month. And then I've got 2 senior golds now. So going from 1 silver in December to all of those people, what changed? There's so many things that we want to tell you. And I'm going to let Jordan or Joanna talk a little bit about the Power Partnership, because that was something that really launched our businesses. But for me, and I think that Jordan and Joanna would probably feel the same way, Abby Kappa said it best on a live video that she did on my team page this week. For me, There was no back door. So when I joined Plexus, the day I signed, I did not say, I'll try it out. I'll see how I do. I'll see if this is legit. I know my friend Tamara, she's averaging like $1 million a month, but that may just be for her. I'm just going to see how I do with this. I did not have that mentality. When I went in day one, even though I was scared to death and I wanted to vomit everywhere at the thought of doing a Plexus post, even a year into it, even today, I sometimes want to vomit doing a Plexus post. I went into it saying, I'm going all the way to the top. So there was no back door for me. Because here's the thing. If you have a back door, if you have a thing in your mind saying, I'll just see, I'll do this for a few months and I'll see how the business is for me. We'll see if I'm cut out for this. The moment somebody comes to you and they have detox and they want to quit, the moment that somebody returns their products, the moment that one snarky, sassy, rude, and crusty person who hates their life says something mean to you on social media because of you doing something unconventional like Plexus, the moment that you have one bump in the road, you have that back door. And I will tell you that I have seen so many people who have amazing potential with Plexus. They're amazing. They're trustworthy. They're hardworking. They're loved. They've got grit. Well, I guess actually they don't have grit because they'll do it for a few months and then they quit because it's just too hard. They have that back door. So that, for me, going from 97 people to 600 people is my biggest tip. Be consistent even when nobody else is doing it. The people who I have seen in this company for 3, 4, 5 years that are still at silver or gold, which that's a great place to be. But if you're sitting there for 3 or 4 years and your business, you're posting maybe once every other week, you might reach out to 2 people a month. Your business is not going anywhere. You have to follow the people who have gone before you. Do training videos. When Abby Kappa says, hey, I promise you that if you do your IPAs every single day for 90 days, your business is going to look different. You have to be coachable. No back door. You have to be coachable and do the things even when nobody else is doing them, even when you send out 50 messages and you might get one response saying, heck to the no, I don't want to do Plexus, you're crazy. You keep going. And then you listen to This Is Me, you pray, you listen to a Rachel Hollis blog, and you know that this is for you. It may be unconventional, but you're doing this for your son. You're doing this for your husband. You're doing this for your future family. You're doing this for the missionaries that you want to support overseas, but you can't afford it right now. You have your why and you let that drive you. You have your blinders on, be consistent, and have no back door. So that's my input. Jordan's going to talk for a minute, but again, I didn't get to talk about Power Partners. So if one of y'all will touch upon it, and then at the end, we're going to have time for question and answer.
Yeah, well, this is what I want to say to Power Partners is that Emily, me, and Joanna, we're all senior Ruby, and we all are in the top spot in Leaders Retreat, but we all have a different journey. We all have had different stumbles, and we all did it differently. You know, Joanna's PV was super high. I never got above 600 PV the entire contest, you know? And so there's no one way to do this business. And that's what I think is so beautiful about this is that you get to decide how you want to do it. And hard work is always the catalyst, I think, in leadership. But you get to decide. And that's why I think our marriage is so wonderful is because we all do it different. And that's why I was excited about tonight because my team gets to hear about how I did it. But sometimes you don't relate to me. You relate to Emily or Joanna. Okay, so this time, 1 year ago, y'all, I was silver and I was pushing for gold. And I am so glad. I think she's still on here. I don't know if she is. Keegan and Marilyn. Those were my 2 people. those two people were excited about the business. And y'all, we texted every single day. We had a 3-way text. We talked every single day. We were all running together. And so that is one of my first tips, is that if you have someone who's excited about this business, run with them. Run really fast, run really hard, and help them get a vision with you. This is something else I'll tell y'all that I don't think I've ever told my team. When I started, I told my upline that I wanted to be gold in a year. She asked me how many people I thought I could sign in like every month, and I told her one a month. I told her I wanted to sign one person a month, and I told her I wanted to be gold by next summer. But just like Abby Kappa says, if you're doing your IPA every single day, you're going to be signing more than one person a month. And if you are listening and learning, you're going to be learning. So I was quickly learning that if you're doing the things, this business is going to come to you. You just got to do the things. And so we ran really hard. I went gold this month, and then a couple, I think, this is about the time we all connected. We all went senior gold about the same time. And so 2 things that I think really helped me was, one, I was running with people that were wanting the business. And y'all, I was talking about the business from day one because I couldn't afford the products. I couldn't. And I had to get them paid for. And so if somebody came and told me that they couldn't afford products, like, I had already been on these products for a whole year. I needed them. They had changed my life and my marriage. And so if someone came and told me that they couldn't afford them, I was like, well, let's get them paid for. It wasn't a sales tactic for me. It was genuinely, let's help you. And so I think that was something leading with the business before I even knew what that was. I was doing it. So I read 2 books between September and December of last year. One was The Secret Code to Success. The other one was 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. Because I think once you reach gold, you guys, after that, this is a leadership game. Still a numbers game. You still have to sign people, but this is about leadership. And so that's what I had to pour into after. So anyway, that's kind of what I had. And I'm sure I'll have a little bit more as you guys ask questions. But I just want to encourage y'all that you have to have a vision. You do. I knew from day one that I wanted to be Diamond. Never had a doubt in my mind. I would sit in bed and watch Tamara Holloway's Diamond documentary and just cry because I wanted this, and I wanted it really bad, and I wanted it for my family. God gave us a 17-year-old in the middle of it all and threw a huge wrench in our plans, and we couldn't financially support that. And God made it happen with Plexus. And so I just want to encourage you guys to have a vision. Because if you don't have a vision, you will stop. You will stop. If you don't have a goal in mind, you will stop. And that's why I think I push goal setting so much, because I think it's important. So anyway, Joanna, you're up, Missy.
Hey guys. I love hearing from Emily and Jordan. They have amazing journeys. So 1 year ago this month, I was gold. I had been gold for 15 months or 16. At the end of September, it had been 16 months because I went senior gold, but I had been 15 months sitting at gold. And it's super simple what changed it, and that was consistent IPAs. After convention ended, part of the reason why it changed was IPAs, but after convention, I decided I was going to do an IPA challenge with Jen Leith, our Diamond upline, and that I was going to commit, and I was going to do my IPAs every day. And that was it. That was the biggest change I did. And so in September, at the end of September, I went senior gold. And that is when, the month after is when Emily and I connected. And the month after that is when we all 3 connected. And ever since, our business have been growing. And it's been amazing to see, but it's because we do the things, you guys, we keep it simple. We don't overcomplicate it. We do our IPAs and we work every day. And so I wanted to give you a few of my top tips, and it kind of revolves around social media, because I have 99.9% built my business through Facebook. And when I started Plexus, I did not have Facebook. So I've been doing Plexus now for 3.5 years. And so everyone's journey is different. And so when I joined, I did not have Facebook. I got it after I joined because I was a stay-at-home mom, and I knew that I needed that tool if I was going to be successful, because it was just common sense. I didn't talk to enough people every day being a stay-at-home mom to be successful. And so I could see that I needed it. It terrified me. I wasn't someone who desired to put my life out on social media, but I stepped out of my comfort zone and went for it. And so I have to say, like, don't be afraid. Like, if you're not a natural at something in this business at one part, or doing lives or leading your team or posting on Facebook or whatever, don't feel like you have to be like naturally gifted. You can learn every single skill in this business, every single skill, which is so encouraging to me, because I pretty much have learned every single skill. And my very first post on Facebook did not have people messaging me, commenting and saying, oh, what is this? Tell me more. I did not have any of that. I wasn't a accidental business type Plexus person. Some people have that, and that's amazing, but I didn't. But that didn't stop me. And so my top tips revolve around social media. So the first one is to post every day, every single day. Do not fail to post. Be consistent. It doesn't always have to be about Plexus, but post something, post about your life, and be personable. Share whatever. I mean, I share random stuff, whatever it is, just about my family. We moved to Oregon not long ago, so I just brought everyone along on our journey of moving, and that was really fun, and people love to see that. And then, and I relate it to, if you have like a bakery and it's closed on Saturdays and Sundays, you're not going to shut off the electricity on the weekend just because you're closed, because all of your stuff would go bad in the refrigerator. And so it's kind of a funny analogy, I know, but you just post every day. That's just something you should be doing. Even if it's your day off from Plexus, like actually working, you still post. It doesn't take that much time. And number 2 is, if you've run out of your warm market, which I ran out of my warm market quite a while ago. And so if that's you, then you can broaden your network through groups, and you can meet new friends, you can build new relationships. A lot of my newer ambassadors have come from people that I've met online that I've never met in person. One of my runners, Gina, I met her through a group, and she's amazing. She's so passionate about Plexus. It's changed her lives, and I've never met her in person, but she's such a good friend, and I wouldn't have met her without being in a group. So don't feel like, okay, that's it, I can't work my business any further because I don't have any more friends, or that I know. You can meet and make new friends, and there's really good tools on this in your team page, your upline. So, and in the ambassador community page, there's a Zoom on it, so you could learn the skills you need to do that. I'm not going to give them all to you, but they're there. So broaden your network if you need to. And then number 3 is just always be learning. Like I said, when I started, I didn't have Facebook. I was horrible at it. But I just kept learning. I kept developing my skills. I listened to my upline. I read everything that was posted in the team pages. I watched YouTubes all the time. Like, I will watch YouTubes while I'm washing dishes, and while I'm folding laundry, and when I'm driving around in the car, or wherever. I listen to them all the time. So much good information on there. And so always learn. If there's new algorithms with Facebook, well, just watch a video, learn what they are. Because since I started in 3.5 years ago to now, the algorithms with Facebook are different. And so I work my business differently than I did then. Another thing is too, to follow successful Plexus people and get ideas from their posts and use that to help your creative juices flow to create your own posts. Use your own pictures. People like to see you. Use your face. I know it can be weird to think like always posting a selfie, like I'm going to be so full of myself and vain, but it's not. People like to see you. And so get over that fear, because you need to be posting pictures of yourself, because people like that. Don't just always post like a what's it called, the inspirational quotes and all that. Those are great, but people like to see pictures of you and your family. Also, one thing that I love to do is I pray for post ideas, because a lot of times I just can't think of anything. My brain is dead. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Kids are amazing, but they can kind of make your brain go a little crazy towards the end of the day. Sometimes I can't think of what to post. And I pray that the Lord will give me good post ideas and posts that will be good for engagement, and posts that will just be great social media posts that bring people in. And I have people that message me all the time now that reach out to me, which is so different, because it used to be me always reaching out to people, which I still do. But I have so many people reach out to me and be like, okay, that's it. You got me. What's this pink drink? Some are really funny, actually. I crack up at some messages because people are finally, they cave and message me and ask what it is. And it's because I'm consistent. Social media is just seriously the most incredible tool. And my rule of thumb is probably about 60% personal posts that aren't related to Plexus, and then about 40% Plexus posts. And yeah, you guys, anyone can do this, really. I felt like I was going to say too, and a couple things that I did not do in my journey from a year ago to now is I never stopped working when I was discouraged. So you guys, if you think we don't get discouraged as Senior Ruby ambassadors, you're totally wrong. Like, seriously, like every single day, at least for me, I get discouraged at least in some point, some way in my business, because it's just social media or multi-level marketing. It has its ups and downs. We all get discouraged, but the difference between the people who are successful and the people who aren't is that the people who are successful, they don't let that discouragement keep them from doing what they need to be doing, filling out their IPA sheet, posting on Facebook, all the things that they're supposed to be doing. Because it can be really hard, especially on those days when you have, like Emily was saying, when you have people that ignore you and are mean, or or don't understand what we're doing. That is being consistent and still working your business. That is going to help you be successful. And then the second thing I did not do, which kind of goes along with the first, is I didn't quit, obviously. But you guys, if you quit, of course you're not going to be successful. But not quitting in this business, that you are for sure going to be successful. You might not go to the top in a year like some people have. I didn't. It's been 3.5 years for me, and I'm a Senior Ruby. But I will be a diamond, and it's because I didn't quit. I didn't let looking at other people's journey. Other people's journey, like Celeste Gwynn, she went Emerald in 6 months. People joined after I joined that I was watching their journeys, and they are diamond now, and I'm Senior Ruby. But I am not going to let that keep me from being successful. I just have a different story. I have a different journey, a different timeline, but that doesn't mean that I'm not good at what I do and that I can't be successful. So those are my top tips. And you guys, you can do this. Every single person can be successful.
Can I tag on to the ups and downs comment you made?
Yeah.
Y'all, I want to share this, and because I think it's really important. A lot of the times in this business, and this has happened to me, we have people that are really excited and they're running, and sometimes seasons in life stop you in your tracks. One of the hardest seasons we went through was January to May of this year. We moved. God gave us a third kid who was 17, who had a history of suicide in his home, who did not live like us. And it was hard. It was basketball season. I was a single mom. My kids both had flu twice during that season. And we were selling our house. I did not stop. I ranked up twice during that season of life, and it was hard. But you know what? I think that if I don't know which one of you got, it was you, Joanna, the bakery analogy. That is brilliant. If you stop during those seasons, it is so hard to pick back up. It's not impossible, but it is hard to pick back up. And you know what? I truly believe that when you can push through something like that, it makes you so strong. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys, because during that time I ranked up twice. But then my numbers went down. I saw some of my runners, they were going through some seasons. But instead of stopping, what I did was I reevaluated, and I went and found some new people who were excited about the business and who wanted to run. And you know what? Never forget about anyone on your team, because you love them. They are your friends. But don't be afraid to create new runners, because this is a business. This is still your business, and this is your livelihood, and your friends understand that more than you know. So I don't want anyone ever to feel like your business relies on someone else. You're in control of it. And if you need to go get some new points, go get some new points.
Yeah, excellent. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks, Joanna. I feel like the common theme here is belief and being coachable and not stopping. You can't be inconsistent, because that isn't credible for the people who are sitting back and watching. This is a decision that a lot of people put a lot of thought into. It's their hard-earned money. They want it to work. They're nervous. They're skeptical, because how many of us were that same way? I know I was. So you have to be consistent to show your credibility that you truly do believe in what you're saying. Okay, so we've got about 10 minutes. We would love to open this up. If any of you have questions, please unmute yourself. And if you have a specific person that you want to ask, do so, or you can just ask in general.
I have a question. So, I love what was said about praying over what to post about, because I feel like I have so many times where I have no idea what to post about. I pray about it, and then it just like bam comes to my mind, and that is so awesome. So I appreciate that was said. But I'm also wondering about warm market. Someone said that, and I'm not sure what warm market means.
So the warm market is just when your warm market is people that you already have known pre-Plexus, people you've grown up with, your family, people you went to camp with. So people you know outside of social media would be your warm market. People that you think about when you first start this business, and you write their names down because you're going to reach out to them because you're excited and you want to share these products with them. That's your warm market, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Or did that answer it?
Perfect.
Yes, that answers my question. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question. I am 6 months pregnant, and I'm really excited, and I feel like I've been doing a whole lot of work, but part of me and my brain starts getting really nervous about January when my baby gets here. And like you said, pushing through it and still working through it. And like, if anybody has any pointers, like if they've ever been through that, like having a baby in the midst of building a business and how that looks. And anyway,
so
that's
Kara Carrington, she's down here at the bottom. She she joined solely for the business, and she had a 2-week-old, and she just went gold this month. I think the beautiful thing of what you're doing right now, Melissa, is you have a couple of months until January. And January is huge. Hang on one second. Let me click some. January, as everyone knows, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. As everybody knows, January is huge. People want to get healthy. People are ready. They've got their money from Christmas. So, sister, you spend the next couple of months being very, very consistent with your IPAs. Every single day, doing your posts, doing your reach outs, doing your follow-ups, because come January, people are going to be ready and they're going to want to join. And so for us, I told you that in December, I had 1 silver. We added 15 people that month, and I think I added 12 of them. So my team wasn't really doing anything. That was like our largest month, 15 people. In the month of January, our team exploded randomly, and we had 74 ads that month. And it wasn't really even anything I was doing. It was just that momentum. So I think if you keep doing what you're doing right now, I actually don't know what you're doing right now, so I'm just assuming, I'm hoping you're doing IPAs. But if you keep doing that, then your business is going to explode, and then Kara or anybody else can hop on and talk about babies.
Yeah, I was going to mention, so I started Plexus just 2 weeks, and I had a 2-week-old, and it was really beneficial for me because I was on maternity leave. Now I work outside the home, I work full time. And so because I had that maternity leave, I was able to like really pour into my business throughout the day. Like she'd be napping in my arms and I'd be on my phone messaging people, like really consistent. And I think that's why I had a lot of growth those first few months, a lot, because I was working my Plexus business like 6 to 8 hours a day of like just messaging people because I was home by myself with a baby. My husband was working and I was there by myself. And so it was a way for me to connect even on, now obviously you're doing a lot of nursing, you're up in the middle of the night. And so there was a lot more free time than I expected there to be. And so it was a really big thing for me in my business.
And I had my second baby while I was working this business, and I would work it a lot while I was nursing, because you literally nurse like 24/7 when you have a new baby, and you're just sitting there and you have your phone and you can do so much work while you're nursing. So that's the majority of the time that I got my work done, was when I was nursing.
Thanks, guys.
Jerry, do you know how to unmute yourself? I think you have a question. I think I saw your hand. Okay.
I don't have a question. I'm getting hit by airplanes, paper airplanes. Sorry.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions? I know we didn't really talk a ton about this, but if you don't have somebody that you have joined forces with, like a power partner, I'm just going to mute you guys just so there's no feedback. I highly recommend it. I did not know Joanna. I did not know Jordan. I saw them because Joanna and I both ranked up at the same time. And, you know, everybody does their like announcements or whatever. And Jen Leith is one of my friends. And I saw that she announced, or somebody on her team announced, that Joanna had. So I went, like every single one of us needs to do when you see a rank up promotion or when you see somebody. You go and take a look at their page so you can become inspired. You can learn a little bit of how other people are doing things. I saw that with Joanna, and her posts were beautiful. I had no idea what power partner meant. That wasn't a motive. That wasn't a thought on my mind. I just messaged her and said, girl, you're beautiful. Your posts are beautiful. You keep on doing what you're doing. And then we just kind of formed a friendship. And then she said, hey, do you want to be a power partner? And I was like, I don't know what that is, but sure, I'm going to act like I know what it is. So we became power partners. And then a month later, I noticed that Jordan had gone senior gold. And she and I were always neck and neck in Tamara Holloway's top 20 enrollments every month. And so I knew, well, she's doing this too. And she just went senior gold. And so I said, hey, do you want to come and do this with us? And from that moment on, my confidence and my leadership changed. Totally. I think if Joanna and Jordan and I if we wouldn't have connected as power partners, I would probably still be a gold or a senior gold. I firmly believe that, because we push one another. Naomi, I'll get to you in a sec. We push one another and we encourage one another. When we're discouraged or when we have questions, we can go to them rather than our upline all the time. We can do challenges together for our different teams. We can pray for one another. So if you don't have that yet, get somebody who pushes you. Not somebody that you're going to sit around with and complain and, oh, this is so hard, this is so tough. You get somebody who wants it as badly as you, and you guys connect. Naomi, go ahead, girl.
I think you sort of answered it, but my question is, can you guys explain what do you do as power partners and what are you looking for? So April and I have said that we'll be power partners, but we really have no idea what that means.
I will start because what I love about our power partnership, we talk every single day. And this is not like mindless chatter. This is, what are you doing today? What are you saying in this? How do I respond to this? I need some leadership advice here. It is very business oriented most of the time. Not that we don't have a friendship aside, but it is not, you're not going to find 1,000 messages of, how are you? How are you? You know, it's not that. I also think, you know, power partnerships, we all have different skills too that we got to learn from each other. So I think finding someone, it's not necessary, but finding someone that's different than you is, I think it's been awesome. We're all pretty different color wise and we all have different strengths. So anyway, y'all can add to that.
I just wanted to say that don't be scared to like put yourself out there, because I was scared to death to ask Emily to be my power partner. I thought she was amazing. I was like, oh my goodness, what if she like doesn't want to be? And finally, after I think like a week, because I thought about it for like a while, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ask her. And you guys, it's been amazing. And then when she connected with Jordan, and she's like, what do you think about bringing Jordan? And I was like thinking to myself, oh, I don't know, another person. What if we don't like her? And like, I didn't say this out loud. I was thinking it in my mind. And out loud, I was like, oh yeah, let's do this. But what if I had let my fears hold me back from reaching out to Emily and then saying, yeah, let's do it with Jordan? You guys, I know, like Emily was saying, I would not be where I am. I wouldn't. I would still be senior gold, maybe Ruby. I might be Ruby, possibly. But what helped propel my business was the three of us, and earning like the top convention prize. Going at the last month of convention contest, I didn't think I was going to earn it because I was like really far away, and I was like, you know, I don't know if it's possible. But I think Emily earned it the first week of the last month, and so she had earned it, and then Jordan had earned it like the second week or whatever. And because we're all encouraging each other, and I'm super competitive, and I was like, I don't want them to win it and I don't win it. It pushes us to work harder and to do what we need to do. And so I know I wouldn't have been able to earn the top prizes like I have been without them, because we just push each other in such a good way. So don't be scared to ask someone to be your power partner, because I know it can be scary. It was super scary.
And I'm going to piggyback off that really quick. But Naomi, a tangible thing that we did too was before Jordan joined us, Joanna and I were both like, well, we've got to do duplication. You know, like you have to have duplication in your business if your business is going to go anywhere. And I don't know how to duplicate. And so Joanna and I did like a 7-day, sorry, it's really cold, so I'm shaking. Joanna and I did like a 7-day going silver thing. And it was probably, I think Joanna and I were probably the only ones that actually participated, but it was good for us to like learn how to like train people who wanted to do it. And then the following month, we all did individually, we did a 100-person reach out challenge for our teams. And so, you know, we just like worked with different ideas and different challenges. And like Jordan was saying, just like ask questions and really support one another. And now, if you guys don't agree, don't say, but I know you do. But now, like, they are like sisters to me. And, you know, we're just the best of friends and we love each other deeply. And so that drives us too. Jordan's not going to give up. Joanna's not going to give up. So I'm not going to give up.
We won't let each other give up.
Jessica Heffley always says, she's like, you know what? You need to find someone who's going to tell you have something in your teeth. If you're walking around with something in your teeth, the person that's going to tell you that's your power partner. When you're doing something wrong or you need to fix something or your mind's not right, that's what a power partner is to me.
Something we did too in the beginning, I remember, is we would do like a Zoom. So we were all three on there together and just kind of like getting to know each other and just bouncing ideas like, what are we doing? Like, how am I working my business? And like Emily would say how she was working her business, then Jordan. So that's something we did earlier on. We don't really do that too much now because we're just chatting every day in like Messenger or Marco Polo. But we did do that to kind of figure out, because we hardly knew each other. So that helped us to kind of know how we were working our businesses and kind of decide like, you know, just get ideas from each other. So that's something too, is get on a Zoom with your power partners.
We'll do one last question because I know everybody needs to get going. Does anybody have another question? Okay, so you guys go and do this. Have heart. You don't have to be a stereotypical network marketer. This is a platform. If for those of you who are believers, in my mind, this is a huge ministry. How many of you have received emails from girls saying, I had a miscarriage, or I'm so sick to my stomach, or I really battle anxiety and depression, or whatever? Those things, those conversations don't come up, with normal relationships, right? But in this place where you are, you have people who are being very vulnerable with you, telling you about very deep things going on with them. And this is a ministry. You can love them, you can pray for them, and hopefully you can help them. So you guys move forward with confidence and with belief. You are in the right place at the right time. And if you want this business, you can have it. You just have to work for it. It's not too good to be true. You just have to work for it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just go and be coachable and reach out to people. Post. It's simple. It truly is simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Just go and do the things. Okay. We love you guys. If you have any questions, just message any of us. And we are rooting for you, and we are so excited about where this business is going to take everybody. You guys have a good night.